Yeah, this is one of those reviews I just chalk up as thanks to you all, because without you all in my comment section telling me to watch this, I never would have experienced this great show. What is up, Netflix fans? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about the 4-episode miniseries on Netflix called Unorthodox. I need your comments down below. This is a non-spoiler review, of course, and let's get right into it. So, this is a story of a young ultra-Orthodox Jewish woman who flees her arranged marriage and religious community to start a new life abroad. This stars Israeli actress Shira Haas, and like I said, this is only a 4-episode series, which is slightly refreshing when you look at all of these other shows. Listen, I loved Ozark Season 3. 10 episodes, an hour an episode. You get something like this that's only 4 episodes, clocking in under an hour each time. It's nice, it's refreshing, but I will say, at the end of the day, I maybe wanted even more. Not necessarily from the narrative itself, because it did exactly what it needed to do to convey this story to the audience, but I liked living in this world. Well, let me rephrase that. I didn't like living in this particular world that this main character is living in, because she has a very tough time going about life, and they explore that so well in the first couple of episodes. But I loved the characters. Those who approach how to interact with other people maybe the wrong way. Sure, it's how they've went about life for so long. It's what they know. It's all that they know, really. But you care about everyone involved here, especially our main character, and my goodness, I want to see young Shira Haas in literally everything going forward. This is possibly, and I'm not even being irrational about this is possibly the performance of the year on television. I kid you not. Her performance is magnificent. She conveys everything that you need to know from what she has, and I don't want to use the term suffered from all of her life, and I'm sure there are plenty of you all watching that have taken part in or have family members within this particular Orthodox Jewish culture. Now, of course, there are different branches in each and every direction, but what we're focusing on here is really a group of people that are out of touch with the way that we live our lives. Now, this is not me saying that we are right and they are wrong. This is just me saying what I experienced in this show is a lot different than what I am used to about how I live my life, what I am used to as a culture. So you're really in shock when you see how they approach things. I mean, obviously you have this arranged marriage, and that's what our character is kind of fleeing from in that first episode. And I love the way that they handled going back and forth from storyline to storyline. You have her past, you have her present, and a very simple way of doing that and showing the audience, okay, this is here and that is there, is the character shaving her head once she flees. So you have less hair in the present, more hair in the past, and that's our way as an audience to distinguish that, and I thought that was brilliant. And that scene in particular, when she is forced to do that to herself, and you can tell, I mean, I don't think they had the budget for CGI, you could tell that was her actually doing that, the emotion displayed and conveyed on her face. And this is what I'm talking about when I say this performance is truly special. I mean, so special. I can't wait to see what she does next, like I said. But everything about that aspect of shaving your head and doing kind of what your husband, your king, tells you, or what your culture has been your entire life. Listen, if my mother-in-law got involved with some things that her mother-in-law was getting involved with in this show, I'd be like, Now, it's not a perfect show, right? There were elements about the 4-episode structure where I said to myself, we could have used a bit more with some of these side characters, maybe even more with her relationship, say, with someone in particular that she encounters when she gets to Berlin. And honestly, I was not in until episode 2. I liked episode 1, but I was sitting back thinking that we could be getting a little bit more right now. As soon as episode 2 started, that's when I started to get on board with this show, so I do believe episode 1 could have been a tad bit better. So she runs away, she goes to Berlin, she is trying to flee from her former life, encountering people both good and bad from her past, and creating this new world for herself because she wants to display the fact that she can perform. She's very musically inclined, and this is something she was unable to do with her religion. Now that she has broken free from that, she can see the world, experience it. There's one scene in particular when she tries ham for the first time, and she runs out thinking that it's going to mess with her because all she knows is that it's bad for her. All she knows is the way that she has been living thus far. She's even using the internet for the first time, and not just her character, right? You have her husband and his cousin coming after her, so they follow her to Berlin. And at first I was like, I don't know if I like this guy, but then you realize he's just doing what he knows. And that's kind of the excuse that some people use, not necessarily this religion in general, but in situations, they're just doing what they know, right? But in this case, it's the truth. And you even start to get on board with certain things about his character, not his cousin, because I didn't like his cousin. But still, you can see, you can feel the fact that she wants to separate herself. She wants to make this new life where she's not forced to cook and clean and make children because that's all she has ever been taught, and she has to be the best at that and nothing more. Now she has the opportunity, and the way that this story plays out, one scene in particular in the final episode, when we finally get to hear the talent come from her, oh my goodness, those scenes in particular are some of the best of the entire show. But I am so glad that I got to watch this show, a very good, short, limited series on Netflix. And if you come from a culture like this, or you know anyone involved, then you're going to either relate, or I would love to hear if you're on the other side. Regardless, it's a very well-acted, well-executed show. If you guys enjoy this video, if you like what we're doing on this channel, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. And I'm going an 84% for Unorthodox. Could not believe how much I enjoy this, and who knows, the more I think about it, the more I will probably raise that score. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.